So for example, you know how GoPro has all these lines of accessories that only fit GoPro cameras? Like their strap is custom made for GoPro. No other strap will fit quite like it. Or the little GoPro screwdriver, GoPro mounts. They made it custom to GoPro because they want people to only get GoPro accessories, further milking people of money if they decide to go GoPro. And you see this with iPhones all the time. If you've ever thought, wow, this is kind of expensive and unaffordable, I wish I could just get a cheaper alternative and have it fit just as nicely. And you've definitely been taken advantage of in the fish tank hobby as well, if you are unaware of this. Hold on tight, I'm about to spit some hot fire in the form of liquid truth. So anyway, what the heck am I talking about? Are you skeptical? What I'm talking about are filter cartridges, specifically the filter cartridges that come in tanks that are, specifically made for a filter, or that specific filter itself, like some sort of Marineland filter cartridge, Aqueon, Quiet Flow, and worse when the filter comes with the tank saying like it has to be this tank. I mean, it doesn't say that, but to the average consumer, maybe, yeah. It does create this effect that you can't just mix and match filters with tanks. The real issue here are the filter cartridges that go into these specific filters, and these filter cartridges have the same labeling and branding as the filter they're intended to be used for. Do you catch my drift? Do you see the similarities between like that and say the GoPro accessories that only fit the GoPro, or iPhone accessories that either only fit the iPhone or only aesthetically pleasingly fit the iPhone? Manufacturers are smart. They take note of these things that the popular industries and companies are doing, and they make it their own. In this case, in the form of filter cartridges. How do I know this is such a widespread sort of unnecessary scheme? I mean, I'm going as far as to call this a scam, but it's really not a scam because it's not 100% an outright trick, because they're trying to take advantage of people who know less. For the people who know more, this is not an issue. They're not lying, they're just providing an opportunity or an option. I know this is very widespread because throughout even one shift of working at a pet store, I get so many customers coming to me to seek the specific filter cartridge of their specific branded filter, and they have to have that filter cartridge. It's somehow so ingrained, so indoctrinated that they can't see another way or another option. It's just that one option. And you know what I'm talking about, right? They're like either square or rectangular, and there's like a divider in between, and it's pretty much cotton, except in the inside there's some filter medium. I don't know what that is, charcoal, or maybe it's ceramic. I doubt it's ceramic. And this just further makes people not care about what the filter is actually used for, which is providing surface area to beneficial bacteria. That's really all it is. After the main use of providing colonies for beneficial bacteria is water flow, oxygenation, filtering out certain macro debris such as just little parts of algae, little parts of wood that's just floating particles in your tank. But yeah, the most important and crucial part is to provide surface area for the bacteria to grow so that they can take care of the nitrogen cycle. And that's what companies actually don't want people to know about. Because once they do know about it, and if they have any critical thinking whatsoever, they really wouldn't care about the specific cartridge. Not to mention, some of these tanks manufacturers and filter manufacturers suggest an absurdly short period of time before the cartridge needs to be cleaned. I have people coming in every 4 weeks getting a new filter cartridge. I've been keeping fish for a long time, and I can count maybe on one, maybe two hands how many times I've actually changed the filter cartridge. Cartridge is actually a sponge. I'll get into that. I can count on both hands. And I've been keeping fish for like 14 years. So it's a crazy amount of unnecessary money these people are spending. But now that the information is out, now that they know the main use for a filter is to provide surface area, they can now critically think, what is it that I can do to provide those conditions better? Because you don't need a filter cartridge that exactly fits into that mold in the filter. That is so unnecessary. And you absolutely do not need to change it every month. You can wash it out every month in the same water of your water change, not under chlorinated tap water. That'll just kill off the beneficial bacteria. You just want to get the gunk out. You don't actually want to get rid of the bacteria on there. What I do is really what Corey and some of the other people have taught on YouTube. When you do a water change, you get the dirty water into a bucket, and then if that day is like, a month from the last time you've cleaned your filter, or 2 months, you would take that filter out. Of course, unplug the filter first, take the filter cartridge out, and just put it gently into the bucket with the dirty water changed water, and you just kind of swish it around and get all the gunk out. This ensures that the macro debris gets washed out a little bit, but it ensures that your beneficial bacteria colony does not crash, does not get destroyed by chlorine if you are washing it under the tap. And yeah, changing out filter cartridges every month, that's way too soon. That's like taking out the heart of your fish tank and replacing it with another one and not letting it even warm up. The whole system will crash. So it's actually leading to more problems. You spend more money, you spend more time going out to the pet store to get this stuff, you go home, you spend more time switching it out every month, just so that your fish tank can crash more often. Wow. I never said it like that, and when I did just now, it just feels so dumb. So Chris, you filter genius, what the heck do you suggest? This is what I do at home. I go out and buy an aquarium safe sponge, which local fish stores and other fish stores do sell, and they're like a big rectangle block, and they actually look something like this, but I obviously cut it because I just cut it to fit my filter. It doesn't have to fit exactly, it doesn't have to go into that slot. Remember, the purpose is not for it to fit, for anything to fit perfectly, it's for just to create surface area. Now, albeit this doesn't create that much surface area. This is mainly A, for surface area, but B, like I said, to filter out macro debris, to catch all the different floating, etc. particles. Now, what do I do for main surface area if this isn't enough? This stuff is great. Now, ceramic, you might be thinking, why would I put ceramic in my fish tank? What is going on? Ceramic is one of the mediums that contain so much porous space that it puts everything else to shame. A little bit of ceramic has so much pores in it, which creates so much more surface area than like this whole sponge, that it's ridiculous. You just put some of this in your tank and it's going to create a very big beneficial bacteria colony for you. And trust me, this way is much cheaper and lasts for a much longer time. Instead of changing out the whole filter cartridge or whatever you have in there, for me, I don't change it out for a new one every month. I wash it, like with the method I previously described, every month or every month and a half, along with my weekly water changes. Maybe in a year or a year and a half, I would change a new one. And the key is, if you really want to go that extra mile, never take out the whole thing and change a new one. Make sure when you're putting this into your tank, you put 2 pieces. If you're going to put a piece that's about this big, make sure to cut it in 2 pieces so that when you're changing, you only change one of the 2 pieces. Because again, it's not rocket science. There's beneficial bacteria colonies in there. You don't want to get rid of that all at once because the new thing you put in will have to start from 0. You don't want that. So if you take one of the 2 pieces and then you put in a new smaller piece, that means the other piece still has all the bacteria and this piece has time to catch up because the bacteria can spread. So yeah, that's the truth of this whole thing. I feel so relieved saying it out loud now to a larger audience so that I don't have to, or maybe so that I can reduce the amount of people asking me what the heck is going on with filter cartridges, and hopefully I saved you some money. If you found this video resourceful or useful, please support this channel by hitting that like button, sharing this video with your fish keeping friends, save them a couple bucks, and make sure to subscribe. There'll be more videos to come, and don't forget to get your hands wet.